All right, we're 15 left now. That's a great shot. Oh, go! Gonna have to watch the replay on that one. What's up, guys? BrunsNick's back, and it's time to review the Radical Breakaway. It's a new symmetrical solid benchmark shiny cover with HK22 Plus, Hyperkinetic 22 Plus. Should be a great benchmark with loads of back-end and continuation. I can't wait to get this on the lanes with SPECTO running, of course. But before we get into all that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's see what the new Radical Breakaway is all about. All right, time for Radical's latest release, Breakaway. Solid HK22 Plus ball, symmetrical core, medium RG, 2.528. 041 differential, HK22, like I said. This is bound to be a benchmark ball. It's shiny, polished. We're gonna see, you can always add surface. I'm not going to this video. So I'm gonna try it from out, we're gonna move in, we're gonna see what the SPECTO data has to say about the Breakaway. Let's try it out, let's go. It's like I tested this with Throwbot before the new year, and it kind of surprised me a little bit. Let's see if it does the same for me. These 8 pins are getting old, I'm telling you. Man, I just can't catch a break. Like I've said, 2023 left the most 8 pins on YouTube. I'm gonna go out there and say it. I've left the most 8 pins on YouTube. And 2024 comes around, a lot of the same. So let's check out the flare. Decent separation for 040. Got the first flare rings. Yeah, about maybe a 1/4 inch flare. So I know that the numbers jump up a little bit when you go pin up layouts. You know, you get that 041 closer to 050. So let's try that again with the exception of maybe striking instead of leaving another 8 pin, because I can only take so much heartache. That's in the oil. Okay. Maybe this is a back row challenge. Maybe that's what this is going to turn into. So we left the 8 pin, we left the 7 pin. Now we got to leave a 9 pin and a 10 pin. So that's what we're going to try to do. Might as well have some fun on these reviews too while we test them out. So that one I got in a little bit, last one I got out. Now we're just going to try to make a good one and get it through the pins right there. Ball's got some pop on the back, because that one should have gone more light mixer, but it didn't. Come on, 9 pin. All right. Back row challenge failed. Good looking reaction there. Off the spot pretty hard. That was actually a little bit more flippy than I expected. So with that shiny surface, you know, it's gonna be good for the rev dominant players, the folks that maybe slower ball speed, they need to get a little more length. But if you have trouble getting that ball to read, bring the surface down a little bit. Obviously we did the shine for a little more shelf appeal, that compound finish, but bowling balls can be adjusted. If you don't like the shine, bring it down, bring it down. All right, let's try one more shot there. I'm gonna try another shot and kind of keep it straighter. Like that. That was probably one of the craziest strikes ever on this channel. So for those that have always commented, hey, why do you always try to play it out by 5 board? Why do you always swing it out so far? Is because the ball has to slow down in order to strike. If the ball doesn't slow down, you're not going to be able to strike. All right, let's move it in. We're going to be 5 left to where we began. Come on, ball. So the shine is lending itself to more length, easier length. So I'm gonna have to make a mental note and adjustment to keep that speed down. I'm not gonna have to force this ball through the front with the shinier surface. It's up the back of it pretty good. That's pretty good. More up the back, a little more rolly, ball set up nice. So We're gonna start moving it in. So last 2 shots looked okay. Now I'm gonna start messing with my axis rotation a little bit as we try to open it up. We're gonna see if this ball can really get around the corner, being a symmetrical ball, being shiny, having that HK22. We're gonna see. These are questions I answered for myself as I throw this ball. Any new ball for that matter. All right, so now we're 10 left of where we began. That ran over the 8-pin on that one. Yeah, every ball's got its tendencies. You know, for a shiny ball, symmetric, it's not gonna be a ball I think that I can play right out of the gate on fresh oil. Obviously on a house shot, you can pretty much do whatever you want. But if you're on patterns, this ball's gonna fit in towards the middle of the block and be a workhorse that kind of does all the damage in between. That looked pretty good. It's obviously rolling a little bit forward there. I'm not expecting like crazy SPECTO numbers with the impact angle. The impact angle and the entry angle are gonna be fairly close to one another. Hook. Yeah. Okay. I always let the ball tell me what it's doing. Right there through the pins, you know, I got it in a little bit in the oil compared to the last shot. Kind of deflects a little bit. So it's obviously rolling forward a little bit more, you know, for a symmetrical ball. That's kind of to be expected. I usually get a lot more skid flip out of asims rather than symmetrics. So let's move it in another 5. Let's really try to open the angles up a little bit and get around the side of it. The other thing is, I would probably, for me at least, I would use this ball dull. I would hit this with surface. I would go with like a 500, 2000 grit finish. All right, we're 15 left now. That's a great shot. Oh, go! Gonna have to watch the replay on that one. I think it fell clean. We're gonna have to watch the super slow motion replay on that one. That was close. You know, it's my review, my rules. I'm gonna say that counted. That obviously came off the spot very hard. Got around the side of it, got out over the oil, hit the friction, and it came off it pretty hard. So that's a good sign that it is gonna be versatile. You know, sometimes when I get in that middle zone there, it kind of gets a little swishy, where it's either encountering the friction too early or just catching the oil too long. Another good one. Yeah. Really good. It's kind of a no-nonsense ball. I mean, Breakaway, real simple core, symmetric, HK22 solid, HK22 plus actually. Phil's always up to his thing with additives, working with the chemists, trying to make the best product more versatile. That's what we got. So let's make another move. It's gonna be the last one. We're gonna move 5 more. We're gonna be 20 left. Really open up the angles here. We're gonna really send it. I will be very surprised if this one actually gets through the pins. I'm expecting maybe a 10-pin on the first shot. Well, shiver me timbers. What do you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm taking a lot of speed off of this ball compared to when I was playing straighter. But with a shiny symmetric, especially HK22, a lot of length, not a ton of flare with this ball, so, you know, it's gonna be limited by where you're gonna play. So you're gonna need some drier lanes, you're gonna need some more rev rate, or you're just gonna have to play straighter angles. That's what this ball is designed for. Let's throw one more shot from there. Let's wrap this thing up. Pleasantly surprised with the Breakaway here. A little loft too. Here comes Yeah, I'd say that passed the test. What do you guys think? Breakaway looked pretty good. For a versatile ball, it held its own from playing out. Obviously that's where it's gonna be best at, I think, in my opinion. Moving way in, looked really great. The only time it really struggled was around that 10 board left area. 15 left, 20 left, looked great. So that's all for the Breakaway from Radical new release. It's gonna be out later in January. Talk to your pro shop about that one. But in the meantime, if this video helped you, please subscribe, helps me out a whole lot. Please leave me some comments, I read them all. Sometimes I even reply to them all. So talk to you guys soon. please subscribe.